Buenas tardes. Aquí los encontramos otro día con Alan Herrera.
Is that your actual intro?
A.K.A. Rico Suave, tomándose la... Alright guys, everyone positioned? So I think we're going to do a two-parter today. I think this isn't going to work, dude. You're going to have to grab the mic because we're going to look all hunched over. How does it look on frame over there, bro? Are we even in frame? It looks perfect. We're trying to achieve those goals. Is it? Do you see like little lines like going through it? Yeah, it's just the exposure. I'll fuck with that later. As long as, can you see this guy? I really don't care if you could. Yeah? Alright, cool. And there's mad echo in here. Okay, so welcome back, guys. This is episode, I believe it's 12. We said we were gonna do this. I have the video aspect going here at the studio finally. I have a couple of guests. I have somebody that I met through screen printing, correct?
Yes.
Get that fucking microphone. Alright, so pretty much today's program is artistic perspectives shared around the border town. This series consists of individuals I've met over the years that share the special sauce that I like to call creativity. Took me like that was all chat GPT guy. Welcome back to Dirt Surfers. So Alan, let's get started. I traced it back through social media that you got contacted through a teacher?
Yeah, it was an art teacher.
Yeah. Hold on. Mr. Herrera, was that right?
What?
What was it? What's his name?
Mr. Nunez?
Oh, never mind. Never mind. I've been stalking you in social media.
No, it was
social media a little too tough.
Because Nunez he sells his art at, and Mr. Hernandez told him that I screen print.
What?
So I guess when Mr. Nunez was like dropping in like his products, like he found out like a screen printer, and that's when he like contacted me to print if I wanted to print. Okay,
so before that you had never screen printed before?
I did, but like DIY, for my birthday I got a DIY speedball screen printing kit.
From where?
From Hobby Lobby.
And before that, where did you see screen printing?
Just on like TikTok and like Instagram. I would just see it. Well, I started like spray painting like on clothes.
Okay.
But then I saw like, oh, this shit's like rubbing off.
Oh, yeah,
like, when I throw it in the washer. So then I like kind of Googled like what's like the correct way, like how do people actually like, print on clothes? And then I kind of saw it was like screen printing.
Okay.
And so I called like my local like screen print shop or whatever. And I was
your
like,
local screen print shop?
Not local.
Like it's a fucking who
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
But it was like I searched up screen printing shops like on Google.
Yeah.
And then like I called them and it was like low-key pricey and I was like, yeah, hell no. Like I'm not paying that much.
So
I was barely starting off.
The water-based kit, like a tiny little wooden screen,
so I was like,
a plastic
I
squeegee.
I could like buy it off Hobby Lobby, so I was like, I'll just start from there.
So who do you have here today?
I have our stylist and like kind of like co-founder to Rener Ross, and then I have one of my best friends, Carlitos Wei. He's kind of our director, photographer, videographer, everything.
Sick.
Yeah.
Fucker's tall, dude.
Yeah, that guy's tall. He's a creature, bro.
That's hilarious. Careful. So clothing, though. Okay, so what I've been noticing is, well, we started working together. We started talking a lot, and you have this weird like attention to detail pattern that a lot of people don't have. And I think, well, like even like going back to how we when we print together, the whole like printing of backs and stuff like that, that consistency that you built up. Would you say it's because you're Mexican?
I don't know, maybe. I think it goes back to my dad. Like he's always like instilled me like to be excellent and stuff. But I'm not sure if that's like a Mexican.
I'm just joking around. I just want to say it to like test you, but like it's in your culture.
Yeah, for sure. I think my dad like he didn't like do that artistic, but like, he like did it in whatever he did. Like he worked on trailers. And
yeah.
Stuff. So I guess like he instilled that on me. So I was like, when I realized like I was more artistic, I was like, hey, well, I could apply that to my art.
Okay, so you felt artistic as a kid.
Yeah.
Okay.
Always.
So why clothing? Why screen printing? Like, what is it about like printing that that you like creatively, because it can kind of, you like the graphic design aspect also, right? Like that's like a big part of it.
I mean, I like everything when it comes to like the brand. I feel like it's perfect like for what I like to do.
All right, don't skip too far ahead with the brand. Let's go back a little bit and then we'll get to the brand.
Yeah, so what, like printing?
Yeah, so I guess like besides printing, you said you did some graffiti and stuff.
Yeah.
Was there anything else? Like I've seen you doodle and shit like that, but like as a kid, do you remember being, or what was it that you were attracted to, like in an artistic sense?
As a kid, like I was just like
because you're fucking 18, dude. You're still a kid,
17,
but you're 17,
but like Jesus. I was into like everything, music, blah blah. So I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do. So
you always dove into the creative shit.
Clothes, yeah. So I knew I just like liked creative stuff.
Yeah.
But at like a young age, I didn't know exactly what specific one, and like clothing was like such an easy way like that, like to express yourself.
That's true.
So as like a kid, I would always like dress like kind of weird and stuff like that.
What do you mean weird? Because like, I have this thing going on right now where like weird is good.
Like, it is, but like as a kid, like it would just be like that's not like the norm. Like I would like mohawk, like I get like gel mohawk.
You do shit like
that?
Like
I would get like flannels and like time around like at 10, like do stuff.
Where were
like
you
that.
finding this style though? Or where were you seeing this shit? You were just like kind of like doing it on your own?
Yeah, I would just kind of do it on my own, like I guess like movies and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's true.
And then I would just stuff like usually like you wouldn't really wear like I guess to like church and stuff like that.
Oh, so
it
church.
Wouldn't just be like a polo and like slacks.
You did church. That's right. You told me that you were deep into church.
Yeah, I was like a pastor's kid. So like I would always like just
like pastor's kid.
Yeah, I would just like do like weird like ripped jeans. Like I guess like.
Would you ever get shit from church, or like were you like a vampire? You would like go into Is that why you always have a bag with you, bro?
A bag?
Yeah, dude. This guy always has a bag with like you're like Mr. Rogers, bro. You're like, you know who Mr. Rogers is?
Yeah.
Fucking like. Yeah. Changing clothes twice a day and shit.
Well, yeah. So at church, like I would always get like stuff from it. Like I would wear ripped jeans and stuff like that. And, like
that was like a big thing. I remember my grandfather would look at me like, "Oh my god," he'd pull out money and be like, "Here, go buy this kid fucking jeans."
Like ripped jeans or like different colors and like skull graphics at church and stuff like that. And I always would get like crap from it, like, especially from my parents, because like people would look at it and be like, "Well, how's your?"
Yeah, it's like you're representing.
Like yeah. But then like at one point, my parents just like gave up on it.
Right, do you still get shit from them?
Nah, not anymore.
Do people kind of start looking at you like, what the hell, dude? You're a little
at first
fashionista. Okay, so that's why you're like, what's weird?
So at first it was like weird, but now like the first thing like when I meet my parents, it's like, oh, don't forget me when you're a designer. Like,
oh my god, yeah.
Now it's like a switch. Like now.
Famoso.
Exactly. So now it's like different. Like now it's like, oh, like he's onto something now. Like finally.
I get you.
Yeah.
So screen printing. Yeah, okay, cool. So you were expressing yourself. Finish your thought.
So and then I would just like paint. So it was always fashion, like as a kid.
Yeah.
And then I got into music. It didn't work out as much. It was just a hobby. Like I was never passionate about it. And then when I started like spray painting on clothes, I realized like, oh, well, screen printing is like the actual way to go. I could do like by myself in my house. So then
you would tag at home?
Yeah.
You really?
So when I would like print at my house, I kind of realized like, well, I don't want to like, I would see like all these other like young people like do brands, like they would just ship it out to like China or whatever.
Yeah, I never really, I don't know, you mean drop shipping? Like you're not making yourself, but you can design it like a graphic, like you would see brands or kids putting up like shit on Instagram where you could click it, buy it, but it wasn't an actual product, right?
No, not really like that. It would just be like a day in the life of a designer, right? And
it
would just be like, oh, here's like the mock-up I did, and I sent it to my manufacturer.
You saw this shit on TikTok?
Yeah, and they send it, and I was like, well, I don't want to like just send my stuff overseas. I want to be part of the process. I want to be the one printing. I feel like I don't really consider myself as a designer because I'm not drawing it now. Now I'm starting to do that process, but when I first started, I was like, I wanted to be part of the process. Like I want to be the one printing it, be the one overseeing it, and being like, I really.
You want to kind of control everything in it.
Exactly.
That's kind of. I mean, that's hard. And how's that working out for you right now?
It's been pretty good, and it's like been teaching me a lot.
How long have you guys been doing this?
For like 4 years.
So it's always been you and your homies doing this type of shit. So it's almost like skating, because you're just not like all of the shit's still there creatively, but the skating isn't really all there.
Yeah.
And.
So like that was a big thing with me. It was like that, like all the like distressing and stuff like that's done by me. It's done by hand. And it's like the patterns of the distressing is me. It's not just like some manufacturer overseas like doing it for me.
Yeah, I can see how that's like an artistic. So damn, it's like you got clothing and you kind of used it as like your paints or your fucking canvas. Your canvas.
Yeah, that's how I see it.
That's pretty fucking dope, bro. So okay, so then that's when you started realizing like, I kind of got something here, because that's like a totally different medium that you're kind of using, no?
Yeah.
Because like how you're saying, if you saw it on, so it is designing. Yeah, that's designing because you're grabbing something and then looking at it in a different perspective and changing it up, right?
Yeah. But like I feel like definitely like now in the new age, like designer has like a different meaning. Because like for me at least, I think of designer, I think someone who's like drawing it and like made it fully from like scratch. And obviously I'm not in the like financially the possibility to do that because it's like harder. But like definitely in a different aspect, I am a designer in the fact that I'm able to like manufacture this like stuff in my head and then make it come to life.
Okay, and how does that apply in like school right now? Like, are you? And I know you've touched on it before when we've worked and stuff. But so, what are you pursuing like career wise?
Like in school, it's just like kind of like BS, like pre-cal and stuff like that. I don't really need it, but I do it just to pass.
Yeah.
Because like the school's not gonna teach how to be like a good businessman or like how to do all that stuff. But definitely like in college, I'm between two routes right now. It's either just go study fashion and like study like how to actually like make clothes,
like cut and sew shit.
Yeah. That's like a liberal, like a fine arts thing.
Okay.
But like I feel like my thing, I wouldn't want to go to college, but I'm going for my parents. Well, because I feel like college.
Are you paying for it, bro?
No.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Bro.
But but I feel like college doesn't teach you like how
to
be a good like creative.
Say that again.
Like college doesn't teach you how to be a good artist.
I mean, I can't talk from experience, right? Yeah. But if I had to like put myself there, I think as an artist, if you were to travel, just that in itself is already gonna fucking like switch up your brain. Yeah. You know what I mean? Creatively.
Yeah. So then what I kind of like learned was like, I'm not going to college to like learn to be an artist. I'm going like to connect with people. Like
like branch out and shit.
Social like wise, to, like meet like the people, get inspired.
Are you scared of leaving? Are you like?
No, that's
you don't care about that.
No, I want to leave, but. Yeah, so it's
but college, right? So okay, so let me put you in like a dream scenario, right? So right now your parents are like, we'll pay for this, right? You got to go here, whatever, because we want you to further your education. But if they're like, I'll give you $80,000 right now to your bank account, which one would you choose? And not like thinking, well,
probably I'd take the 80,000.
You take the 80 G's?
Just like invest like into like the brand, pour everything.
So you're that confident with what's going on right now?
Yeah.
That you don't even have to like think about school in that sense?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, but not like in a cocky way. But it's like no, you believe in your art so much. Like I'd rather go broke trying to do it than like for me to like go
like study or
work
like
for someone else and like always have like the dream in the back of my head.
I could. No, that's what I was trying to understand.
Like I'd rather like I told my parents like I'd rather like be homeless in New York, but like
you say shit like that to your parents?
Yeah. Like I'd rather like.
What do they say when
they just like they just like ignore me? But like that's like the dream is like if I need to be homeless in New York, but like. Doing stuff like I'd do that. And
when you say it so confidently and with a smile on your face, but why? Because it's almost like you know that even being homeless on the streets of New York is gonna keep inspiring you and lead you to the journey that you already inevitably is gonna get to.
Yeah, because like I don't know, like this, like the brand and everything, like or like just creative.
So let's get into that. Okay, so that was that was perfect. 15. Okay. So let's transition into what's going on, which is Dark Castle.
Yeah.
Right? And that's why you have your homies here and shit.
Yeah.
It's sort of like similar how like what you were telling them, it was Knuckle. And like Knuckle's a skate team. So you have a team.
Yeah, I have a team. I mean, I wouldn't be like where I am today without the team. And I love them. But when I got into art, like it keeps me like alive. Like without sounding cringy, it's like I was going through like a dark time. And I just didn't feel like life had any meaning. I was just like, I'm waking up. It's a cycle, right? My friends, whatever.
It's understandable.
And then I kind of like found the art, and I was just like, this is like why I'm alive.
That's kind of funny, huh? How like you're almost destroyed because your shit's destroyed, bro.
Yeah, it is.
So like, were you grabbing shit and like ripping it apart and stuff?
Yeah.
Is that why the aesthetic is kind of like?
And it was like kind of rebelling, like towards like
cool.
the community. Like you can't wear holes in shirts. Who says that? I'm gonna wear a shirt with like a bunch of holes and like go to.
I'm gonna wear a hole with a shirt.
Exactly. Like, and what are you gonna do about it? So like that was kind of like the rebelling side of it. It's like, well, I'm gonna do like all this stuff. Like you're like
just have the fucking collar.
Yeah,
you should do that, dude.
Yeah, that'd be cool. So like, so then I kind of like gave me meaning. I'm like, damn, like I wake up like wanting to like pursue this art stuff. And then it was just started off like me like by myself doing it in my garage. Then at first even my best friend, which is like kind of like a co-founder, he was like, bro, this is trash.
I mean, just like kind of. I think you say co-founder because he was there when all these ideas were generated and you guys were like, well, fuck, let's do this shit.
Yeah, he's like a co-founder. He was like,
he reminds me a lot of a homie we have. His name's that we have, like it's like a Pokemon card or some shit.
I collected him. Like the Infinity Stone.
Yeah, dude. Because that's how you see artists though, right? Exactly. Like you feel like you have this card.
Yeah.
And Andrew.
without
Shout
trying
out
to
to Andrew.
without trying to be like dick, like, or like I'm not like using him. I feel like that's a very like a
Nah, but you say kind of because you're not speaking for him.
exactly, yeah. So like he was like the first piece I made. He's like, bro, this is like trash. Like take those jeans off. Like that's horrible.
Wait, he was telling you like, hey, what are you fucking wearing, guy?
But I believed so. I was so blinded. I was like, bro, this is fire. So like I ignored it, right? And then when I started screen printing, it was like he was like, bro, that's actually dope. He was like one of the first people like that stay up with me like printing. Like he
has a cool style. What about that jacket he was wearing? Is that screen print?
yeah, that's screen printing.
That shit's dope, bro.
So like he was like one of the first people that like would stay up with me in my garage and like print. And like he's one of like the first post like Dark Castle that we did. It was with him wearing like one of the shirts or the sweaters that we did.
Yeah.
So he was just with me, and we started doing that, and then started growing. And then the next edition was our videographer Laude. And she's like, hey, I know how to shoot videos. Like, do you guys need help? We're like, yeah, I bet. Like, let's shoot it. And she started helping us that.
So like slowly one by one.
Exactly, as we started growing. Like people would follow you like as like empathy. Like, oh, it's just this little project. Like I'll follow.
I mean, but that's hard, man, because see, like I can only compare it to skateboarding, and that's exactly like what I was telling you. Like to get a following, not that you have to do crazy shit, but eventually you have to start like getting out of your comfort zone, right?
So the first step of getting out of comfort was posting it, like knowing it was dog, but I still had to post it.
Dog.
So like they would like follow it just because they were my friends, right? And then as the team started growing, like production wise and everything, after that it was a friend of ours, a photographer, her name's Grayson. She started shooting photos.
So two photographers.
Yes, she
That's
started
tight.
shooting photos for us, and then after that it was social media, because like we were like getting the clothes, the designs were getting better, but we didn't know how to handle social media wise. So there's a girl in my, like she was a part of my class, like we knew mutual friends, and she was like, oh, I love doing TikToks, blah blah blah. And like, well, I knew like it was
TikTok's a big foundation of this, huh?
It was crucial for me to like start establishing like a TikTok presence.
So you have a Dark Castle TikTok?
Yes.
Fuck, I don't want to get TikToks.
And then so I was like, hey, like, could I just send you clips of stuff that we record and just like you edit it and like post it for us? And then so she took over like our Instagram and stuff like that. And like she's like, oh, like look at this is cool. And
so you started slowly trusting people that were fucking with what you were doing.
Because I was just focusing. I was so focused. Still I am. I'm so focused on just the clothes wise, like in the image that it presents, that I'm too busy to like edit TikTok videos and like
so your hands are in the print, in the shirt, in the
actual just clothes, and like I'm not the clothes, it's just the image of the brand, in which like I tell people like oh, like I want the pictures edited this way, and then I want this video edited this way.
Oh, so you're also creative director?
Yeah, I'm essentially like
damn, bro,
like the creative director of the brand.
Okay.
Yeah. And so I was like so busy, and like because like no one else was gonna make the clothes, so then and I was like in charge, and so like it developed in like the vision of the brand.
Because it's not just screen printing. That's just like a layer to what you're trying to do with clothing.
So I had to take charge of the production, and then just tell people like how, like in the nice way, like tell them like, hey, I want this and this, and they would get it done like for the brand.
And how long has this been going on for? What's the established date of Dark Castle?
February 6th, and it's my best friend's birthday.
Oh, that's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
So wait, how old is it then?
It's 4 years.
Damn, it's been 4 years that you guys have been doing this shit.
Yeah. And it's been a journey. It's definitely been a journey.
It's been a journey, dog.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Why do you say it like that?
Because we've had like our eras, like definitely like
in 4 years. That's how fast. So you could see how in 4 years every year has changed.
Yeah,
like
we've gotten like way better every 4 years. I feel like last year was probably one of our best years in which we like grew like so much. Was like the first 2 years, like I was just making like BS clothes because like I was so limited like financially wise with what I could make. I had the vision in my head, but like.
And how did you start breaking this shit down? You just started like rationing your money and stuff.
Yeah, like
that's why you got the job too.
Yeah, like
so you're funding.
So when I started, it was funded fully by myself, and then I couldn't make like I would see like the image in my head, and I would see like, but I couldn't get as close to it, so I would just be like as close as we could get.
So that was your practice, though.
Yeah. So it'd be like printing on Gildan blanks, and then the DIY prints, but they weren't crisp images. And then stuff like that, and then the tags were homemade tags that I would just buy fabric from and print like the name on it.
So your printing skills and your designing skills have both been fucking
yeah.
And so that's why you could see it.
Exactly. And so like for the couple years it was just that, and then like this last year, like our quality just went through the roof. We were getting more followers, so more followers, more money, more audience, more people wanted it.
It's like it starts to turn a little faster.
Yeah. So then with more people, I was like, oh, I need to like, I need to print more stuff, and I can't print it in my garage. And then perfect opportunity offered get a print shop.
Damn, dude.
And then just the print wise went up, quality went up, and then we just got more money, better blanks, and then we just got the opportunity for the show. More people wanted our stuff, and then the show opened opportunity to boutique. And for the show, like the preparation for the show, just like
let's get into that. So like you got offered to be part of a fashion show.
Yeah, a local fashion show.
And how did that go?
It went really well. At first I was gonna decline it because I was like, I don't have the money for it.
You were thinking like that, bro?
Yeah, well, it's because
you had already done all the shit that you were doing, and then you were like,
because I was so excited. I was like, oh.
But why do you think? Oh, money wise, to just because you're like, I have to make outfits and shit for everybody.
I was like, I don't have money. I need to buy shoes. I need to buy 12 pairs of shoes, 12 pairs of pants, 12.
Yeah, that is true.
And I was like,
fundage.
Yeah, and I was like, oh shoot.
Fundage.
So then I was like, I started calculating with the job. I was like, I could pay for it, right? And like probably 2 months.
So you broke it down, and you're like, I think I could do it.
I got it. The screens, I have to buy expensive ass screens too, like good quality.
You told me you got some shit off of Amazon?
No, I didn't. I didn't buy those.
Right.
Oh no, yes, yeah, but that was before I was working at the print shop, and they all ripped on me.
Yeah, every single one.
Yeah.
I fucking told you.
And so I was like, okay, whatever, I'll make it work, right?
Quality, bro.
And then like throughout the preparation of the show,
yeah,
like my dad would just like look at me, and he was just like, you ain't got the money, right? He was like, you ain't got the money, right? Because I was like, look, he's tweaking. I guess like, because like I wasn't eating and stuff like that.
No shit.
I was just like so prepared. I mean, you saw me. I would come in like the print shop like at 8 a.m. Like,
damn, bro.
Like,
yeah.
So I guess.
So that's when you start showing your parents and like everybody around you, like, damn, dude, this guy's actually like.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to eat.
Yeah.
He's trying to save every penny.
Yeah. So he was like, hey, like we'll get you like the money, like whatever you need.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah. He's like, just like if it's really like what you want to do, like we'll get you the money for it. And it was like the first time my parents like gave me money for that, because they always tell me like it's a waste of money.
Yeah.
And then that was like the first time he's like, hey, like this could really open doors for you. Like if you need money, like we got you. And then they paid for like all the screens that I needed. And then like he would like check up on me. He'd be like, hey, like if you need like have you bought all the shoes yet, pants and stuff.
You definitely have a different approach to the screen printing. Like you don't, it's not that you don't, like, I don't know, it's kind of hard to explain. Let me see if I can explain.
Let's get these guys in. So like,
oh yeah, for sure.
You guys could make noise.
Yeah, you have a different approach to screen printing. Like you don't, not that you don't respect the shit.
Yeah.
But like you kind of just, it's almost like crayons to you, bro.
It is.
Like you're just like, you get this, it's like, hey, bro. But it's cool, and it's inspired me also because sometimes we tend to control all this shit, or we try to we put shit on a pedestal, and then you don't end up doing shit with it.
Yeah.
Like I like the way that you broke down all of your designs, and you don't reclaim the screen, huh? Like it's the original screen.
Yeah.
And then you keep it, like you don't want to keep burning on one screen.
Yeah,
that's something that
the first.
Is that, do you do that on on purpose?
Yeah, like that was one of like the first things I said. Like I saw you could reuse screens, and I was like, nah, like I'm keeping my like screens, like, and just have a huge collection, like later in the future, like about all of the screens, like
that's
an archive,
cool.
like of all the screens we've done.
Yeah, because see, the negative is what you could keep also, but you have the physical screen.
Yeah.
So how many screens do you have right now?
Right in my garage, I have like probably like 20 plus screens, more like 40. Yeah, 40 screens like in my house.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. That's dope. I am gonna reclaim some of them though, because like it's some of the designs I don't see, like we're not gonna do, so we're just gonna like erase them and like put new ones.
How do you even go about that though? Like you're gonna have to gauge it. Do you think now so then that's like another level right there, right?
Yeah. So that's like the next step. Like in 2024 is like we saw what worked last year, so now we're gonna do what, like we saw what didn't work and what worked last year. So now we're 2024. We're just gonna like go.
So let's rewind it back though. Let's rewind it back because so back to the fashion show. So who was part of the were you guys also there?
Yeah, it's like that was like I think like our peak, like when we had a complete team, which is Laude, our videographer. Carlos was like with me 24/7.
You were in it, huh?
Yeah. And then Rener, that's where I feel like he kind of like found out like what it was, because now I call myself the creative director, and he's like really like the stylist.
Yeah, I mean, I hop on this later. We can talk about that.
Yeah. But I'll say like my part, like because like Rener was really like a development journey for himself too. I mean, just as it was for me, like the brand really helped me develop myself.
Yeah, because on top of that, shit's fucking scary. It's intimidating as shit. Like showing up to these spots like this.
And so like at least with Carlos and all of our team, like they knew what they wanted. Like, oh, I'm videographer. I want to shoot film.
So everyone was kind of sprinkling their fucking like
their magic onto it. And with Rener, he was just kind of like whatever like I needed help with, he would do it. And like with the fashion show, he really like learned like, oh, I don't really want to be a model in it or like creative. Like I would tell him he's a creative director, but if I'm being honest, like I wouldn't really give him any creative freedom because I would be the one like, we're gonna post this, we're gonna do that, we're gonna do that. And like that's more bad on my part, but at the end of like it was my brand. But he really like figured out he really liked the styling wise, and I would help him because I would just be like making making the shirt, and I'd just tell him like, hey, I want a dark aesthetic. What do you think he should wear? And he would like put it on the model, and like it would kind of take that off my mind because I knew the grand image, but he knew exactly like what detail of the clothes, and so that's where like he really gets the name like of this our dark house stylist because like he would style all the models for it besides even styling his own. Yeah, he has
a pretty sick fit right now. I'm gonna lie.
Yeah, so we got offered by my art teacher to do a runway fashion show. So we were only supposed to do one show, and it was
That's what I thought was
we were supposed to do one show, and it was at Border AIDS, and we did it, and the people who like.
How long was it?
It was like 2 minutes.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
But like, there's behind the scenes was like.
No, yeah,
months.
but
It was, like,
no, I know. Like fucking 2 minutes.
Yeah, and I didn't even. I didn't even get to see the damn show. Yeah. Yeah, and I worked my butt off for like months.
So wait, what about nobody recapped it? There's no video.
I saw
there's
the
like
video.
photos and shit I've
We
seen.
have a whole edit, like we have a video of the whole.
Yeah.
I saw it afterwards and it was dope. But
You should put together like, and this is what's kind of cool about like the whole vibe, and that's why I really fuck with it because it's like it does have heavy skate vibes in the sense of like the editing and like the way you guys capture all of your content.
Yeah.
And like I was telling your homeboy is like I don't think what I'm realizing is something could look really really shitty. But if it sounds good, it's butter. And we kind of shared that right away through music and shit like that. You were like, okay, I could see how right now I don't have the resources to make this shit look fucking HD as fuck, or like even right now I'm all fucking like out of frame or like hunched over and shit. But who gives a fuck? Because if you know what I mean?
If you start it, like that's what's gonna do. Yeah. So like I mean, we started with like DIY print, like screen print, and now we're like at a proper print shop getting our proper like what I just ordered like from the manufacturer, like our own custom tags.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, for like the boutique, and we're getting like custom like price tags and stuff like that.
So dirty, dude.
Yeah. So it's like what I tell like my message like to the youth is just like start it. Like
I like how the 17-year-old is telling babies what to do now.
Yeah, I mean,
no, but it's tight, man, because we don't have this. You know, we need this stuff.
Yeah, and like it would just came from like me like going like through a dark time in my life, like for me to figure out what I really want. I mean, like my prime example that I always give is like Carlos. Like he started off with like disposable cameras off Walmart, and like people would say like, oh, like what would they think? Like I'm taking photos on a plastic like camera, exactly. But he did it. He would take them to every party until like I randomly saw.
Damn, do you have those developed?
Yeah.
No, yeah, he has like a whole Instagram page, but it just started off as like CBS ones, and then now we're like, he got 800.
Yeah.
Like $800.
So I've never met him. Carlos took a picture of Rener at a party, and I was like, bro, that's dope. Like, and then so I sent him a message. I was like, yo, like, do you want to shoot with us? Like, I had an artist at the time that I was styling, and he wanted like an album cover, and I was like, bro, it'd be dope on film. Like, let's get this.
Yeah, who puts together these collaborations, or like, how do you guys go about?
Meet people. It's just literally meeting people, and like just the fact that we're doing what we love. People reach out and like. So like for us, and so this guy's never met me. Pulls up to my house with the cameras. We just take pictures of these guys. They come out dope, and from there, like
that camera that I gave you, is that the Konica that you have right there?
All those photos that we're getting, it's because of him. Yeah.
Well, he did. It's okay. That's all right.
I wasn't gonna tell him like, oh, I'm giving you a gift that like someone gave me. Like,
he told me to.
Yeah.
Oh, so then you just gave it away.
Yeah.
Ruined it.
But no, and so. So he started that, and then from there
because he had told me he's never, and this is like what's kind of cool, and I find it very similar in skating is like you have a group of friends and you're skating and shit, right? And like not everybody's the same caliber of skating, but you push the other person to do something cooler. You're like, I'm gonna fucking try that, and then you kind of take some of their shit, and then by the end of it, it's like fucking 5 people. Like it's almost like a circus, bro. And that's what you guys are creating. So
like I started like pushing these guys, but at the end of the day, like they ended up pushing me like farther. Like for my college essay,
you gotta be able to give shit away. You're like, here, I don't even want to take photos, but you should fucking take photos because I'm doing this other shit.
Exactly.
So you should
and like what started as me as like you like creating like these infinity stones. Like
oh my god, you nerd! What the fuck? You keep going back. This is the second time you could touch on infinity stuff.
Well, like I was like collecting all these guys for like the perfect team. Like at the end of the day, like they they were pushing me like, to become
so dope.
like a better person. Like I feel like a lot of people, like when they make a team or like what they think of a good leader is like them getting like the best of the best, like me looking for like the best photographer, best like stylist, but at the end of the day my team was just formed on people who that are better at stuff that I'm not good at.
Yeah.
And I think that's what made like the chemistry, like all of these people I got because I didn't know how to do it and they knew how to do it, so I got them. Like TikTok, like I didn't know how to do TikTok. I could have like searched like, yo, post on my story like, yo, who's good at doing this, who's the best at doing this.
Yeah, that's true.
And it was just people that like were around me that knew that were better at doing
That's
it.
fucking dope, dude.
Yeah.
So there's photos, there's like multimedia content that you guys have that now you're smashing into these posts on Instagram.
Yeah.
And that's what you're using to sell a product.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, every homie that you have that's part of Dark Castle kind of can talk about Dark Castle in their own way.
Yeah, in their own way. Like for me, it was just like it saved my life. Like I just like hated life, and then I found this thing like I felt like woke. Like give me a reason to
Yeah,
wake
exactly.
up.
No, straight up, dude.
And
That's
so
how I feel about skateboarding.
I fell in love with it, and like I want to do this for the rest of my life. And then I found like this team that, like was able to make it happen.
It's pretty fucking tight.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Dark Castle. All right. So okay, if you could envision in 10 years where Dark Castle will be.
Yeah, I think recently when I first started, I was like, I low-key want to change the name, but then recently everybody's been telling me, oh, that's a dope name, and I was like, oh, that's like low-key thinking about it, like people's been like, oh, where'd you get that? That's like a cool name. And
I mean,
was like,
dude,
oh,
there's fucking there's sister companies, there's all sorts of shit you could do.
Yeah.
But also, this is like the foundation.
Yeah.
This is like the concrete, and at least it's not shitty, right? It's all fucked up or like there's rebar in it.
10 years, like definitely. I see, like, I think, like, the main thing that I want to do is have it, like a brand, but it's a marketing firm, technically, in which it would be, like these office that we have and just filled.
Creative studio, like you said.
Yeah, it's a creative studio.
I mean, see, like, if like I can only explain through what I'm part of and everything, but like you start making an umbrella, right?
Exactly.
And then you start. There's a bunch of shit that goes into it.
Exactly.
But if you want to be able to be part of all of it and kind of have your hand,
have to start
you
it.
have to start it
Exactly.
yourself.
Yeah.
So it is weird to say, well, yeah, there's this thing and then there's that thing, but this thing and that. It's like, dude, it's like a web that you're building.
Like
so it
for
all
me,
connects.
like growing up, like I was like, oh, I want to be a creative director. It's like, well, the only way to be is like by starting your own brand, you know?
Yeah.
So that, So I definitely want to turn into a marketing firm which have like a team of creatives.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, you need a marketing firm to power your brand.
Exactly. So have that for other people, because I feel like El Paso sucks. Like there's nobody that could help me out. Like when it came to this stuff, that I had to go to my own high school friends to do it. And so have that for like the youth, like in El Paso, like where it's just so judgmental when it comes to artists.
I'm good. I'm playing. I'll print your shit now.
Well, no.
Just,
but have that for like artists that like, you know, financially wise, because I'm pretty well off like financially. I'm not rich, but like my parents had the money for me to start off with.
Yeah, but it didn't start like that, bro. If we go back to it, it wasn't like they were like, "Oh, you're depressed."
But
Here,
I'm not
check.
But I'm not like poor, like obviously.
And
there's definitely like other people who financially like they have.
Yeah, but that's also what I really like about the brand. I hate to interrupt you.
Yeah.
But the minimalistic side of shit and like the way that right now it is very raw, like a raw brand, bro. Like that's tight because it's so easy just to embellish shit right now and just like make it look so hype and throw it onto fucking Instagram and then you start fucking making sales. But then there's no soul to it. So you really care about like the soul aspect
that's
of this
like
shit.
One of my my main things. Like it's like like whatever you sell, like people don't buy it like your stuff like because what it is. Like, people buy it for why you do it. Like wait, there's this. I kind of chopped it up, but I have it written down, this quote, and I really loved it. I think it was the guy that does Apple, Steve Jobs. Yeah, let me find it because it's a really good quote.
Give it to me.
Yeah, I need to find it real quick.
Yeah,
I just write a bunch of quotes in my.
No, I see that part of being the aesthetic of the brand.
Yeah.
Like I really like the one that you used for that sticker. The I like you more, or no, I like music more than I like people or whatever.
But it's all of these stuff is like I feel like it's stuff that like I feel. And like I know if I feel other people can relate to it, and they're just too scared to say it. So I have to take that first step to look cringy in posting it, but but other people mess with it. That's why like it's
true.
Yeah, it's
a good point.
So well. Oh, here, people don't buy what you do, people buy why you do it.
Ooh. Yeah, that resonated, huh?
Yeah.
Well, that's cool that you see that at your age, because a lot of motherfuckers don't see it like that. Bro.
Yeah, like I mean, it goes back to like when I was like first getting into like the TikTok, it would just be like sending their manufacturers overseas and getting it because they were just trying to get quick money.
Yeah, no, you're like, I'm gonna learn how to fucking print this shit.
Yeah, exactly, like step by step, and like we do like the developing and like.
Have you showed any of the rest of your peeps how to print, or is anybody into it?
Yeah, they print, but like I still haven't like let him trust like them printing.
No. There's
But
no.
I've showed him. Yeah, I've showed him.
okay,
Yeah,
cool.
Rener's probably like the closest one. I think he's could probably print, but I'm still scared to mess stuff up because we don't have enough like stock yet where like they could freely mess it
I'll
up.
be honest with you, dude. Like being in this shit, like sometimes the fucked up shit. If you just keep all your fucked up shit, that's the stuff that ends up saving you when you need like that band-aid.
Yeah.
Because it's a one of one. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
First
yeah.
of all, and then it's like, oh wait, you didn't print it. Because at the end of the day, you can only control something so much, right?
Like in the end of the day, like in 10 years, I'm not gonna be printing this stuff, but like
Hopefully.
it's gonna be people printing it for me. But no,
No,
definitely,
I know.
like definitely,
Yeah, so your hand goes into like, oh, okay, this is the quality that I want. If I'm gonna trust you to print my shit, understand that I'm only telling you this because I've printed all of this shit already.
Yeah. Like that's
So it's
why,
not like, you know what I
when
mean?
these guys like want to print, it's like whoa, like let me see
Yeah,
how much
and
you
there's
want.
shit that they can't see that you have hours and hours of just repetition going into it, and that builds quality.
Exactly. Yeah. So right now it's like we're setting the quality wise.
Yeah, I mean, I saw the jacket. The jacket, was that kind of hard to print on?
It was because it has stitching.
Because there's like a bunch of fucking seams and stuff.
Yeah, but it looks cool. Like that looks cool because it's like faded on one side. So like there's certain stuff where it's just completely messed up. Like you can't sell that.
Yeah.
But the puffer came out really cool. Well, he's not wearing it right now. But did you see we printed it on puffer?
On a puffer jacket?
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up. How did you do that?
We laid it on the floor and
What?
I had another person press the screen.
Yeah, but how'd you cure it?
I did like a second underneath
And it cured?
Yeah, it cured. Like the plastic barely started getting wavy, but
Bro, oh, dude, you gotta fucking. Okay, so then what is this? What would you call this when you buy like thrifted shit and then
repurpose? It's just repurposing.
So you're repurposing fucking.
We love that. I
fucking
honestly,
dope.
I think that's so dope. And there's like other brands like have been popularized that.
Yeah.
But I love it. Like I would just buy like a bale of clothes, and I think it'd be so sick, and just like reprint our stuff, or like like even stitch and stuff on it. I think that's dope.
So then all this one of one, or like all this shit right now, is it just for the homies, or do you have like what do you have that's like a good stock?
Right now it's just for the homies. Like they just give me their stuff, and I just because like I don't pay them, so like that's the least I could do is like give them free.
Yeah, I've always done that too.
Yeah, it's like give them free clothes. But, like I do have a batch. Like we have a batch of clothes right now.
So like right now, if somebody wanted to buy your shit,
we have a couple in my garage. Yeah.
Okay, so it's
I always
very
order
limited.
extra. We run on pre-order, which is financially safe for us. We order the amount. Like so we have.
So you're already calculating everything
Yeah,
so that you only have what you're posting, what's being bought, and then boom, boom, boom.
So
boom,
we start with
it's
sample
done.
off like whatever like revenue we got. We start with the sample, we print it, looks cool. It's exactly how we're gonna sell it. We take videos of it, we post it, pre-order. Like, hey, this is what you're gonna get, but we don't have it in stock. And so let's say we get 20 orders of that, then we'll order 20. And
This game right here, dude.
And I'll probably order like extra of each size.
And then that's it.
That's it. So we all have.
And then you have all these like exclusive shit like that puffer jacket that you guys just picked up.
So for them, it's like that's free, but for other people like that I know personally,
Yeah, but they're also repping that shit. So if I were to see that at a gas station, I'd be like, what the fuck is this shit?
Exactly. So they rep it, and then for other people, like they're just like, oh, like y'all have this hoodie, like can you print on it? And I charge them for it just to print, because just the print itself is expensive. The screen, not the ink so much, but the screen itself was like a money.
Yeah.
So I just be doing that, and that's very successful. Like especially like for live like pop ups, like we do that, and that blows up. Like people love it because it's like they're getting to.
So you guys have done live pop ups already?
Yeah.
Oh fuck yeah, dude.
Most of the pop ups we've done, it was by myself, but because like there was something else, like they had to like.
Yeah, but you couldn't be there without that energy that everybody else already poured into that shit.
Exactly.
Especially not the confidence that you have to go post up.
So I had to post up, and at first it was
that shit's intimidating as fuck, bro.
because like nobody like usually buys stuff. But then like with the live screen printing, like I would bring blank stuff for them to choose, and like, oh yo, let me get this like blank Gildan tee that I had laying around, and like yo, like, and then you pick out what design, what color, now which is, and that was before I even be my DIY screen prints, and I would have a hair blower. That's how I would cure the
hair dryer
in front of them. They would still pay for it. They would love it.
Yeah, there's something about this shit that people fucking go ape shit over, huh?
Yeah, because they're picking like whatever.
Well, it's kind of like it's almost like you are seeing a live artistic experience.
Like the way I compare screen printing is like kind of like vinyls. Like it's so weird. Like it's so weird to understand like how like
the process. You're like, how the fuck did you? It's like there's like a magical aspect to it.
I feel like that kind of goes back to why I got screen printing. There's like a magical aspect to like how it's getting put on the clothes.
That's true. It's like fusing into. It's like because you're seeing it. Like what the fuck? It wasn't there, and now there's this shit.
Yeah. So like so we got after the show we got offered like a boutique. Like a boutique wanted to have her clothes, and so for the grant like residual wise like we're not gonna make money because it's like it's a boutique. Like there's not. Gonna
but that's good, dude. That you're not focusing on money, and right now it's about like being with your homies and shit.
It's like it's a small boutique. Like there's not gonna be people going in and buying like draining our stock.
And then you live in a town where it's not like you have like I just found out that we're like the boot capital of the world.
Yeah.
Which is like, what the fuck, dude? Like, So other people see us as like, oh, El Paso, just boots. That's it. And it's like, I don't even fucking own a pair of boots, bro.
And so for like, we want to do a grand opening at the boutique. Just invite everybody. Obviously, you're invited.
Sick.
And have the press there.
Oh, that's what you need the press for. And then live print.
Yeah. So have our stuff there, like our stuff on the website. Have it hanged up on the racks, and have the live press there, and they bring their stuff, and we could print on it. And that's what's probably going to bring more people.
Just make that, like, make sure that makes sense money-wise, bro. Because, and I'm not saying in, like, everything has to be about money, but
make sure you're getting something out of it.
Yeah, you have to get something out of that. Exactly. Because that's an experience, bro. For, like, somebody's going to talk about that. And I think that's the only reason why Desert People has always, like, even if we're not putting shit out, people are constantly like, well, when the fuck are you going to put shit out? Because of the shit that we did live, or we did, like, events, or, you know, all that kind of, that stuff is extremely important. And, like, even having your homie, like, printing shit for them like all the time. Actually, Rener, you want to jump in really quick?
Sure.
Just so you can get into frame. Introduce yourself really quick. Yeah, I mean, if you want, you can jump out and then you can jump back in. Tag team.
Let me introduce this guy first.
Yeah, introduce this guy.
So right now we have a Rener Ross. He's my best friend and stylist for Dark Castle, co-founder as well. He's gonna speak his mind on his side of the story.
Sounds good. Eventually I have like a soundboard and shit, and I'll like, you know, I'll fucking put jingle, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna say. Anyways, Rener.
What's up?
God, dude, steez for days, dog.